What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Gulf Coast Premodern gameplay series. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Justin, who's playing Stasis, and Julio, who's playing Replenish. Let's get into the deck techs. Justin is playing Stasis. Stasis is a prison deck built around making sure the opponent just doesn't get to play a normal game. The goal is to resolve Stasis, then use cards like Forsaken City, Gush, and Chain of Vapor to keep the lock going longer than the opponent can handle. The deck also uses Black Vice really well, because once Stasis is in play, the opponent can get stuck with a full hand of cards and no way to deploy them. From there, Justin protects the lock with cheap interaction like Foil, Counterspell, Arcane Denial, and Misdirection, making it hard to force anything important through. What makes this list especially tricky is the sideboard plan. After game 1, expect Justin to bring in Stifle, Vision Charm, and Phyrexian Dreadnought, which gives the deck a completely different kill condition if the opponent overboards for the Stasis plan. On the other side, Julio is playing Replenish, which is also trying to play a pretty unfair game, just from a very different angle. Instead of locking the opponent under one card, this deck spends the early turns setting up the graveyard with cards like Frantic Search and Attunement, and then looks for a big Replenish to bring everything back at once. The scary part is what comes back. Opalescence, Parallax Wave, and Decree of Silence can completely take over the board, while cards like Seal of Cleansing give Julio built-in answers to problem permanent. So this matchup is really interesting because both decks are trying to break the normal rules of the game. Justin is trying to freeze everything in place with Stasis, while Julio is trying to survive long enough to have one explosive turn where the game suddenly flips. Now that you know the players and the decks, let's get into the action.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? Back so soon, huh?
Yep, back with another one. I think this is round 4 of the Sunshine Games event in Tampa.
Yes it is. We have Justin Jones, friend of the podcast, friend of the community, and Julio, new friend of the podcast, new friend of the community.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna get into a little stasis versus Replenish action here.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, that sounds the exact type of gaming that I'm not interested in.
And here we are. It's no, Stasis is definitely an acquired taste, I'll say. Same with the Replenish. I think they're both kind of acquired tastes. That both super powerful decks.
Yeah, I've definitely acquired a taste for both of them. It's a bad taste, but it is a taste.
My man got jokes on this day. He came in with the heaters.
Hell yeah.
But you know what? I can't even disagree, bro. I'm super not into either of these decks, but that's okay. That's what's so great about Premodern. Here I am, Bobby, Eternal Optimist. That's what's so great is, you don't have to play them. You can play one of the 50 other decks. But first, we're gonna get right into it. So we're gonna see Justin on the play land an island into a portent.
Yep, and that looks like a pretty good portent pile. Is he going to shuffle?
And
he is.
He is. Yeah, okay. He is. I don't know the texture of his hand, so.
Little dexterity check there.
Yep. Go ahead. Justin takes a draw. Julio says, "Island, go." I do see a Stasis in hand. I don't think you're supposed to. Yeah, you've got to wait. Yeah, so. Oh, he's checking if he drew. Yeah, he did.
Yep.
He's just going to draw and say go. Okay. Little draw go action here from the players. And I see a foil in hand and a gush. Not in a... Got a third Shivan Reef. I think that's in a row, too. So Gush is offline and Foil is offline. Do you have a Frantic Search? Oh, he's got the fourth Shivan Reef in hand, too. Wow. Julio says...
Intuitioning.
Yeah, Julio says, I'm going to intuition here. He should be at 19.
He has Opal combo in hand.
This has got to be Nolan's deck he's borrowing.
It
Because
is
the whole thing is
Nolan's deck.
The whole thing is gold bordered. So he's going to say, I'm going to give you the choice between these three. He's looking at like a Decree, an Opal.
Decree, Wave, and it looked like another Frantic Search.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're right.
Just trying to
so he's going to go double Wave and a Decree here. These are the three I'm going to show you. Doesn't really matter which one you put in hand. Does it matter, actually? I shouldn't say that.
It does. If I was Justin, I'd be looking to put that Decree into hand. I wouldn't want to put one of each into the graveyard.
Okay. Probably, yeah, that's a little tricky. Him getting two also would tell me that, like, obviously he wants one of these. Otherwise, he would have just got three of these. Maybe he couldn't. So, kind of trip you up there a little bit. But yeah, obviously, now he can actually just cast a wave. But Justin probably not so concerned with the wave because he's not playing a creature deck, so he probably just doesn't care.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
So he has two waves, two opals, and it looks like 3 swords in hand. So that's a hand.
Yeah, but there's no targets. He doesn't play a single creature. So
yeah, it's a hand. It's not a very good one.
I see. Yep.
But
and we have a playset of Shivan Reefs. I don't know. I mean, if I'm Justin, I think maybe you take should have took the island there. Then your gushes are online.
Yep.
He might have a plan.
He can hard cast the gush end of turn if nothing crazy happens here.
That's true.
Which he might be incentivized to do if he needs to try and draw an island for that foil.
Yeah, interesting position to see all 4 of those in only one island. In I think he's playing 14 islands. I mean, this is just the way that Magic goes sometimes, you know.
It is a game of variance.
Yep. Yeah, whole hand of swords. Oh man, look at Julio's hand's kind of stacked. He's got double opal. I mean, he knows that if he goes for this.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a creature matchup, he would be cruising now.
He's just going to hard cast a foil here, and I think.
Yeah.
Julio's not worried about it. He's got another one in hand. You know, he'll try again next turn.
I think he almost wants it to. What is that? I don't know.
That is a not a misdirection. That looks like a arcane denial.
I'm not really a blue gamer, so I don't.
Oh, that's not a super common counter spell that you see, but
another
it's a good,
gush.
Yeah, I think you're sort of priced into. What is this? An impulse?
Looks like an impulse, and not an island. Still not an island.
I think here you're supposed to just take the counter spell. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing because I've not made a single right call. Yep, that was impulse. I'm assuming that's end of turn. Or is this in main phase? Okay, he's going to play the Stasis. So he can pay for it with the Shivan Reef next turn to keep it around. But then he's going to have to get creative, which I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Julio does have a land in hand. Not that it's doing much right now.
I think we're seeing a discard to hand size here.
Okay, so he's... Oh, I see. He's going to pay for it and then pick it up. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense. And he could have Oh, there's the Forsaken. Yeah, okay. All right, this is probably locked up from here, unless Julio has a like a 1 mana interaction here, which I don't think he plays. But so what he can do now is he can actually use the Forsaken City to actually continuously pay for it. So that card says it doesn't untap during your untap step, but at the beginning of your upkeep, you can remove a card from your hand from the game. So you just exile a card out of your hand, and then you get to untap that, and you can tap it for a blue to keep the stasis around. So that's kind of the combo there. So it does rip an
island gush now. So
yeah. So this I mean this is the trap I think that players fall into, where playing against Stasis, where they think, if I can just draw out of this, if I could just draw out of this, there's very few cards that you could have that isn't directly interacting with the Stasis that is going to, so we'll see that here. We'll see the double gush, or I'm sorry, pick up double island into gush.
He got the Black Vice there as well.
Okay, yeah, so that's just GG. So he can actually use ice to draw another card, it looks like. Yep, there's a vice. You're going to start taking
Julio
3 every turn.
Have an out. That would be Seal of Cleansing if he could stick one, but the likelihood of him sticking one's probably pretty low.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you, as a Stasis, Here, Julio, remembering that he has to take some damage from this, so he does take 3. I believe he's got a full grip. He's going to draw. As the Stasis player, typically once you've landed that card, you've got protection. You've got to assume. Yeah. So and he's going to go ahead and, he's going to tap that down, not give him an opportunity to use it. He'll take 1 to pay. Oh, he'll exile a card out of hand to untap this Forsaken City, probably. I think he's just thinking about what he wants to exile. Yeah, okay. And that looks like that's a thwart. No 3 islands in play, so sort of a dead card right now. Makes sense. He'll take a draw, play an island, say go. And now he's got Gush back up. Again, this is just where, you gotta start taking, if it's me, I'm probably packing it in here.
Yeah. I don't think there's a world where he doesn't have some sort of interaction.
There's something to say about, conceding too early. We're only 13 minutes into the match. So, but now that you've got...
Oh, okay. Never mind.
At this point, there's just very little left to do here, I think. But, if you're new to this matchup, so he's going to pitch another Stasis to tap that to pay for it, take a draw, play an island, probably just say go and just let this Black Vice keep doing the Lord's work. Yeah, and with that, yeah, pretty grueling, man. Pretty grueling to deal with. Pretty frustrating deck to play against. When they have the lock, it feels... So he's just gonna... There's another Forsaken City. Yeah, roll.
Yeah.
That's okay. The other side of this too, the other side of not tapping or not conceding too early is you do get to see how your opponent is playing, what the deck actually does. So if you're not familiar with this strategy, take all the turns that you can within reason. Again, only being less than 15 minutes into the match, you can sort of afford to just kind of play it out, see if you can get any insight to what to expect from here.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting to see a lot of cards in the deck, and
yeah, exactly. Okay, so that'll looks like go to Justin. I might add some effects here after the fact, after we're done recording this, to signify who won the first game and who won the second game.
Yep.
Or third game. So probably going to start adding that in, perfecting the craft, as the kids say.
Yeah. You know, it's we've only been doing this for a little bit, so.
You know, it's interesting. You know, we don't obviously get a chance to see the sideboarding. Seeing a swords in hand, I don't know if Julio just maybe doesn't have anything else to bring in and he's worried about, you know, a pivot plan. If Justin does pivot to the Dreadnought package, then, you know, you're going to wish you had the swords, but...
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think this is an easy counter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Frantic Search, you're not resolving today.
No. We have 2 Black Vices in hand.
Yeah, and an annul, it looks like.
And an annul, yeah.
So, and Fire Ice. So, yeah, the world is sort of your oyster. Okay, so Justin doing this in the main phase just to try to draw the third land. He didn't end up drawing it.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily love that. I think you just say go there. That's an
Stasis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to 4 mana this turn, you know, presumably. So I think I would have liked holding up the annul a little better. Just okay. Julio saying I don't think the game is really about this right now. I'm gonna pitch these to the graveyard.
Untap my mana.
Yep.
Attunement.
Yep. Attunement's such a busted card, man.
Yeah, if you would have done something different, you could have had that
annul up,
annul up.
Yeah.
But it's hard to make these decisions in the
the
game.
I agree. You're up a game, you know, and if you luck it and you do draw the third land, you feel like a god, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think as opposed to going to hand size here, I think you're priced into okay, no, he's at 7, right? No,
I believe that's 8.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you're priced in here to just playing the Vice, so you don't have to discard to hand size. Julio with an Ancient Tomb, access to a lot of mana. And hello, who do we have here?
Meddling Mage?
Is that a Meddling Mage? Yeah, it must be.
Yep.
Not sure what he's naming. I would guess he's naming Stasis.
I would assume it's Stasis.
Good thing, shouts out to Nolan for those handy dry erase tokens that he gave to us last time we were playing. That was cool. Yep. Play another one out. Just so you don't have to discard to hand size.
Yeah, that foil sitting in hand would have been really nice on that mage.
Okay, so it does get to use his mana here. Rewarded for the patience on that last couple turns. So going to take 2 from the mage. There's the second land, or third land, sorry.
Is there a world where you hold on to that island for the foil that he has in hand? I'm pretty sure I saw a foil.
Yeah, I was going to say,
if
he, I thought I did too. If he has a gush, also we don't know what the mage is naming. The mage may be naming that, but if he's got a gush in hand, he's in a really good position. May not look like it with the board pressure, but you know, he is a Fire Ice deck, so I think he's playing 4 of them as well. So the mage taking 2 a turn, you know, it's a pretty slow clock.
A brain freeze he just drew, which is a little
interesting.
Bit of a different game now.
Okay.
How does Decree of Silence work with storm spells?
So, if I'm not mistaken, Decree says whenever an opponent plays a spell, counter that spell and put a depletion counter on Decree of Silence. So it's, in that sense, it's still, even though it gets countered, it still adds to the storm value. Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah. So you cast it, and then you have, say, 8 copies. It'll just eat 3 of those copies, and then you'll have 5. Correct?
Yeah, but you'll still have storm count 8 at that point, even though they got countered. Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed what Julio did there, but I did see he put 2 decrees in the
searched and put 2 decrees in the graveyard.
Okay.
And it looks like he has 2 swords in hand. I believe.
Probably feels pretty good about his position right now. I would. Justin has a lot of answers for stuff impending, but looks like he's discarding the hand size. Okay. There's a Replenish.
That might be another meddling mage in hand, actually. So I think we're gonna see the mage on counterspell, which would be huge. Once again, we don't know what it's naming.
Yeah, and I think, okay, here's an Arcane Denial. And
he baited it out for the Replenish mana. So now here comes Replenish.
Yeah, and I think yeah, I think you kind of have to just hope they don't have it. You know, if he's running out another meddling mage, you just kind of hope that, like, I can't afford to take 4 damage a turn. And I think to the other side of the board, this is just GG's, right? Because he's going to be crashing through next turn for quite a lot.
Yeah. And
I don't think there's any one card.
Counter every spell now that ever gets played.
Right.
By flashing the decrees.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see him scoop it up. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. 1-1. Well done, Julio. Good game.
Yeah, I think if I'm on the other side of Replenish, I let everything go once there's stuff in the graveyard if I have counters, and I'm just looking to counter that Replenish.
Yeah, true.
Now, if I only had Counterspell in hand, and I thought that mage was going to name Counterspell, I would probably, but you know, if I had two different types of counterspells, I think I would let the mage.
Yeah, the mage is just gonna have to do. I mean, it's sort of like 6 of one, half dozen of the other from the position he was in, right? He was pretty low on resources, and he didn't have a lot of answers to the damage that was being dealt to him. But obviously, the opalescence everything coming back just puts that into turbo mode. So, okay, shouts out Justin throwing the dice out so we can follow along.
Yeah, we love that.
6. Looks like Julio keeping 7. Oh, looks like I saw Dreadnought. Was I wrong? Oh, I did. Okay, yeah. So he did pivot here. I kind of like that on the play. You know, if he didn't do it last game, I kind of like that now on the play this game. You know, you've got a chance to... Okay, we'll see a Island Portent. And is then another Portent. Looks like a Vision Charm straight to the top. So it looks like we're just going full Dreadnought. We're all in on Dreadnought right now. Oh. Yep. Shuffling.
Yeah, he had the Sixth Sense that Julio has that Seal of Cleansing in hand.
True.
Melded out.
This is probably what happened.
If you're Julio, he did keep it. I was just about to say, if you're Julio, you haven't seen a single creature. Are you taking the swords out? Game 3.
I think I would.
But
I think the juke would work on me. And he did, yeah.
Me too.
But there may just be that he doesn't have enough stuff to bring in this matchup. That could be. This is tough. If you've got a counter spell, I think you kind of have to counter that, but maybe not, and maybe just valuing countering something a little bigger.
Which I think is right.
Yeah, I mean, if your hand is Dreadnought and that's the plan, you know,
well, I do believe he has a Chain of Vapor in hand.
Okay. Oh, and I do. Yeah, I see a Gush. So he's just gonna. Oh, I see. So he'll bait it out with the Stasis. Not a great turn to play it on if you intend to keep it, obviously. So Julio may smell this as bait because he's not tapped out, so he's in no rush to deal with it. Julio can essentially go land 4, use my mana, wait until after your upkeep, and then pop this.
Yeah, and he has a Frantic Search, so he's going to get to do a lot here.
Yeah, so it looks like I did see a Replenish, so probably going to see an Opalescence and a Wave go to the grave. Yeah.
Opal Wave in the grave.
Yeah.
Untap, play land. Replenish? No. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't replenish into...
Yeah. So he's going to fetch. Yeah, and this is kind of what I meant, right? Is like Julio's not in any pressure to use that seal right now, so could be saving it for something else. This is kind of a tricky situation. I don't think it was the wrong thing to play it out. I think that was probably the right thing, because you could still gush up and you could even bounce it back to your hand, sacrifice. You could Chain of Vapor it, and then I guess Julio just would just kill it in response, but land go. We'll see a Gush end of turn, pick up 2. Black Vice. Okay. We play the island. And I think here you just slam this. Julio might start thinking about using the Seal of Cleansing. Maybe on that Black Vice if he doesn't start playing to the board, so he doesn't start taking the damage. Looks like he's got 6 in hand, so he should have took something off that. Players might have missed the trigger. Yeah.
He's reading it now, so maybe he'll take it now.
He might also just be thinking, like, am I supposed to just blow that up now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is. Yep. Oh, he's going to take out the Stasis.
He's going to go for the Stasis. I think you go ahead and Chain of Vapor that bad
Chain of Vapor, yeah. And then you get to sack a land and do it again.
But the problem is Julio does have the Replenish.
Yeah.
So that Seal's just coming back.
Yeah, but if he's got foil in hand, we know he has another island. I do see another Gush, it looks like. This has been sort of a cagey match.
Oh,
Frantic Search.
Intuition for Decree here.
Oh, yeah, that is Intuition. You'd be right.
Or intuition for more seals, maybe?
No, I think you're right. Yeah, it's going to be those two and a wave. Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
So he's going to let him keep the wave.
The opalescence.
Opalescence, that's what it was. You're right. Sorry, I saw that in his hand. Yeah.
That's okay.
All right. Pick up a land for the turn. Drop it. Didn't take the damage again. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have taken one there. Oh, yeah.
That's going to be good. Yeah, it's game.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Looks like maybe, well, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think they've got a little bit of time left in the match here. We'll see. I don't see a way of getting out of this with two decree.
Yeah, I mean, you can just counter everything.
I heard Justin just say, yeah, it's like, what can you even do in this spot, you know? Yeah, he's got to cast 6 spells before the next one will land.
No, because
pretty tough.
No, he can just blink the decrees with the wave.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, his deck is busted. No wonder it won LobsterCon. Spoiler alert.
So the decrees tick up at the same time. So they'll both get a counter on them with the spells.
I see.
So if there's no way to reset them, you need to cast 4 spells. The 4th spell will land. I know because I had to do that this Saturday to win.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's the handshake. Pack it up.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Does it again.
Unfortunate. Towards the end there, it seemed like Justin just couldn't seem to find what he was looking for. But I mean, overall, it was cool to see. Cool to see Stasis on camera. It's not a deck again that you very typically see. So yeah, it's a fun match to watch. Yeah. Yeah.
It's all love.
All right, we're going to pack it up for this one and stay tuned for the next.
All right. See you guys later.
Take it easy.